Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey back with another video. I want to actually come back to you guys with a quick, I guess you could say updated list of different words, phrases, and names that I've noticed throughout the past week or so. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right in. So, some of the words, phrases, and names I noticed as of recent are as follows. I think it's a name, but I believe it's Baruthi. Not quite sure what that is about, but if you have been encountering this in some form or another, whether it's in your dream state or even seeing that word out in the public, this is for you. The word or the name Roman. Something also pertaining to a particular type of cat, like a Maine Coon. I've been seeing quite a bit heavy imagery when it pertains to that. So if you've been noticing it also in various forms, this is for you. If you've been seeing, I'm seeing like pennies everywhere, whether it's in images, on the ground, in random spots, things of that nature. Any type of change really, but primarily pennies, and this is for you. There is a spiritual meaning behind that, believe it or not. And you know, when people are wondering like, well, what does that pertain to exactly? A quick answer is always look at YouTube. They have quick little videos on there that can give you the entire breakdown of what that means. It's more of a positive rather than a negative. As far as the songs, I've been noticing quite heavily. Forever Young by Alphaville. That was one that I've noticed. I've been hearing quite heavily within the last week or so. Also, Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. That, as well as seeing just images of the Reaper everywhere in various forms, whether it's in drawings or in movies, things like that. If you've been noticing that, this is for you. The name, Gaylord. I'm not sure whose family lineage this is tied to, but if you've been noticing that word, this is for you. And I've noticed this in past too, as a matter of fact. I mentioned this in one of my earlier videos, words, phrases, and names. If you guys go further down the list, this was a name that kept popping up on my side, and I'm not quite sure why, but I'm mentioning it again for whoever may need to hear it. The name, Hunter, kept popping up quite heavily in various forms, whether it was on people's bag items, or if it was just like actual wording I would see on a billboard or on television. So the word, well, the name Hunter. Also, again, I don't know what this is about, but I've been noticing the name Baron, B-A-R-O-N. Not quite sure what that's about. And I guess we'll find out in the coming days. If you've been noticing that as well, this is for you. Another song I've been picking up on quite heavily recently was Black Betty by Ram Jam. That is a catchy song, but it's an oldie but goodie. It's an oldie but goodie. And yeah, if you've been noticing that in various forms or hearing it in various ways, then this is for you. Because there's so many different variations of that song out there now, but nothing beats the original. Also, Painted Black. Did I say that already? Okay, that's another song I noticed too, Painted Black. And I believe that is by the Rolling Stones, if I'm not mistaken. And if I did get that incorrect, I do apologize. But yeah, that's another good song, another oldie but goodie. Also, various phrases pertain to one taking on a new path. A lot of wording and phrases pertaining to the lunar eclipse or just the name of Luna in general. You might want to look into that. Also, I don't know what's going on, but I've been seeing this word quite heavily, and this is the first time I've encountered this. It's the word intermodal, I-N-T-E-R-M-O-D-A-L. For those of you who are not aware, when it comes down to, intermodal. Why is my screen doing this? This is so annoying. Hold on. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm thinking aloud. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. Bingo. Okay. So when it comes down to the word intermodal, it means that it's involving two or more different modes of transportation and conveying goods. So it's just more so two or more modes of transportation moving goods from one location to the next in a cohesive fashion. Not quite sure what that's about, but if you two have been noticing that on your end, this is for you. Moving right along. One thing I thought that was pretty cool, pretty complimentary in its own way, is the notion of being viewed as a big stepper. So just know those who you've dealt with in past that you no longer deal with, but somehow are still choosing to watch you just because they realize they lost a good thing. They're viewing you as a big stepper, even though they're watching from behind the scenes and they're pretending like they're not doing it, thinking you don't know that they're doing it, but they truly are. Like, why go through all that? It doesn't hurt to say hi. It doesn't hurt to have that dialogue with a person, even though you know you were in the wrong for how you treated them. But let bygones be bygones and step up. You'll be surprised. You may get a response you do not see coming in a good way. But for anyone who's looking at this, if you too have been seeing this on your end, that means this is for you. Just know they see you, they've been watching you in such a very bizarre way. But just know they do see you. And again, big stepper. Last but not least, I don't know who this is for, but it looks like one of those individuals is gonna end up getting fired. You heard me correctly. I don't know why I've been picking up on that quite heavily. It's gonna be someone that you've had past dealings with, where now they're experiencing their karma. They're seeing it hit them in various ways. A lot of them from Jump Street thought you were doing witchcraft. Like, oh, they are the ones that's sending this my way. This is why I'm encountering all of this, from loss of homes, of loss of pets, to loss of income, loss of stability overall. That has to be so-and-so, because I knew she was kind of like a witch. I knew he was like a little warlock. And all this stuff only started happening after they left my space. Everything was good when they were here, but when they left, everything went downhill. So it has to be them doing it. Not realizing you didn't have anything to do with it. You're over here minding your own business, doing what you need to do to make you better. But as I mentioned in previous videos, this is where a lot of the karmics are fucking around and finding out. To put it plainly, is because they don't realize that you have a huge spiritual team behind you. And they've been watching everything from the jump since you were born. And the sad part about it is that all this time, they've been watching what you encountered, you know, in terms of in front of your face, but they also been watching what's been happening behind the scenes that you are not even privy to. And these people thought they were getting away with it. They thought it. They were like, you know what? There's no way so-and-so is gonna find out that I did this, or that I'm saying this about them, or I'm planning this behind their back, not realizing their spiritual team is just waiting with bated breath saying, you know what? You make that move, that's about to be your last move, but you're gonna regret the very day you did it. And it started to show. It is. It's sad, because when stuff like that starts to go awry in their lives, they start to seek you out in hopes that you can save them. Knowing that in all actuality, they were the ones that put themselves in this position. And the only one that could be saving them, that could save them from this anguish in some form or another, would be God, who's the head of it all. Now, the reality of that too is because, sure enough, he could save you. But that's not gonna save you from the smackdown you need to continue to receive for your lesson. We all have to go through our lessons. You're not excluded. Just know, sadly enough, if they haven't experienced it, they probably know it too. They feel within self, because the gut is never gonna lead you wrong. So they know within self, more than likely they're gonna be booted out the door in regards to whatever position they're in. They're gonna end up getting fired. And let it be something that they've done unethically. And let's say it was pertaining to you. Like, let's say it was a manager who did something unethically behind your back. Or someone who could have been like in a senior role to you and did something behind your back that was impious. and you're no longer with the company, right? A lot of stuff started to flip when you left the equation, or if you were let go, whichever way you went with it. And a lot of things started to be revealed about what was really going on during that time you were there that was impious. And this is because of the acts that they've done. It was bound to catch up with them because it was a part of the lesson. It's all a part of the plan to begin with. It's kind of like that saying that God put you as the walking karma in their life to see how they will handle you. Now the reality of it all, they fumbled the ball. And now they got to deal with the brunt of what's to come thereafter. And they're already experiencing it as we speak. That's no one else's doing but their own. So it's not anything for you to lose sleep over. Just know that that is something they have to deal with. And it's kind of like the old saying, you made your own bed, now you gotta sleep in it. So that is all for this quick video, you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I want to welcome all the newcomers who are joining my pages. Just know I see you guys and I do appreciate you. Consultations are still open. Currently, I'm actually at work right now. As you can imagine, I only have a few more minutes to spare here, but I want you to know this. I think after tomorrow for Saturday, I am open. Sunday is completely cut off because I need that as a day of rest. As you guys know, the events that I went to has been pretty amazing, and I got a few other things lined up, but it's just been busy. I got in pretty late, middle of this week. It was pretty late at night, and I was pooped. I felt like my sleep pattern was off a little bit, but I'm caught up. So I think, well, we'll see. But I definitely leave Sunday as a day of rest, so I won't be doing anything that day. But as far as being back in full schedule in terms of the business days, everything will be up, rocking and rolling next week on Monday. So if you are interested in a consultation, just check the calendar and send me a request. If you have any issues with that, you can message me on any of my platforms, and then I can actually go in and manually add you myself. For those of you who are not aware, I'm actually in the field house when it pertains to keynote speaking as well as motivational speaking. So let's say you are a part of an organization, you have an event that's coming up. You'd like for me to come out and partake in that experience with y'all. Have someone from the head of your organization to reach out to me, where we can then go over the appropriate details and continue to move forward accordingly. So with all that being said, I'm definitely sending you guys off with love and light, and I will see you in the next one.